This match is over. He's about to hit him with the big slam.
Again, thanks for your support, and we'll see you at the matches right here, OneWrestling.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Big Slam Nation episode number 15. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the WWE Royal Rumble 2016 review. If you don't know who I am the Mark of the Master, the Man with the Plan. Big Ray here this day to talk some wrestling today, and I am joined by my Big Slam brothers. Excuse me, guys. Billy Ray Valentine could not be with us. 8-Track Brown could not be with us, and OK Fabe is somewhere still on a Disney cruise. Hopefully he gets back and he doesn't drown after being pushed into the water by his own children. Anyway, I'm joined by Fame Black. Again, ladies and gentlemen, you can follow him on Twitter at Fame Black. We have the Professor Quintana. We can follow him on Twitter at PROFPW Hustle. And, of course, Mr. Old School himself, Bill Schuyler. You can follow him on Twitter at YouGot. Show. Follow us together at One Wrestling, at Big Slam Nation. And, of course, Bill After at AfterOneWrestling.com. Now, guys, we're going to jump right into this. First and foremost, people are going to probably wonder, why the hell are we wearing these ski caps? Why do we all look like we're going to rob a bank, except for Bill Schuyler?
Well, you know, if the Slamites know, in the Northeast area, there's a blizzard going around.
Yes.
You gotta wear a hat, man.
Yes.
I can't do my snow angels without a snow cap on, man. Come on.
I am the master mind of the situation. I don't need a hat because I'm gonna absolutely eviscerate everybody else involved in this high-stakes robbery.
Listen, man, I'm going to take mine off. It's too hot in this apartment right now. All right, listen, guys, here we go. Overall, I'm going to ask you guys really quickly. Overall, and I'm going to start off with Fame Black, Anthony Quintana, and then Bill Schuyler really quickly. Just give me an overall synopsis. Out of 5 stars, Fame Black, what would you give this pay-per-view all in all?
Out of 5 stars, I'll do 4. I'll do 4.
Fair.
There was only one match I didn't like, so.
All right, very good. All right, Anthony Quintana.
3 3/4 stars to 4 stars the most.
Really? Okay, Bill Schuyler?
I am going to give it a 4, even though the Bullet Club did not make their full ramifications known.
Okay, and I'm actually also going to give this 4 stars. It could have been 5 stars if a couple of things would have changed. But again, ladies and gentlemen, this is our review of WWE Royal Rumble 2016. We're going to jump into the very first show, which was the pre-show. We had the Ascension versus the Dudley Boyz versus Jack Swagger and Mark Henry versus what was the other team? Darren Young and Damien Sandow, who was absolutely unbelievably over the entire match. Professor, your thoughts on this match?
As you said, Big Ray, Damien Sandow was over in that match. You heard the crowd chant, "We want Sandow, we want Sandow," and they only got him for it felt like 5 seconds in the match. But you know what? This match was. This is one of the reasons why I gave the Royal Rumble 3 3/4 stars and 4 stars, because this match was terrible. I mean, bad spots at the end, and it looked like everybody was looking at the Dudleys to win it.
Yeah.
And even the competitors in the ring was like, "Are you sure? You sure? The Dudley should win this. I don't think we should win this." But Mark Henry and Jack Swagger won it, and you know what? I don't want to go on into the future of the Royal Rumble, but the Royal Rumble match, but it just didn't seem like Mark Henry and Jack Swagger needed to be winning this match. That's all I have to say.
Right. Fame Black. Well, Mark Henry, and I'm gonna go to Fame really quickly. But Mark Henry hits a big splash on Bubba Ray Dudley. He looks like he's supposed to pin Bubba Ray Dudley, and Bubba Ray Dudley kind of looks at him like, "You're supposed to pin the other guy, Victor, who got the 3D." So it was really a weird, awkward moment at the end of that match, but they get the win. What was your opinion on this match?
I mean, it didn't matter because they were both. I think they were both. No, that's not right. No, you're right. It was weird. It was an odd spot.
Weird. Yeah.
Yeah, it was an odd spot, but who cares? The thing about it is that they said that's the last 2 spots in a Rumble, so I was like, is this 29 and 30? Because I couldn't imagine any of these 2 being 29 and 30. So I was happy to know that it was not. But, for a match for the last 2 spots in a Rumble, to which none of the ones involved are going to win the Rumble, Yeah, there's no point for real.
All right, Bill Schuyler, and knowing what happened during this match, I mean, overall, your thoughts on booking. Instead of having maybe Bubba Ray and Devon going to the Rumble, or maybe finally breaking up and having Bully Ray go on to his singles run, the way I predicted, the way I would book it, they had Mark Henry and Jack Swagger go over.
You were not the only one thinking that way. I think across the board, I would say it was almost 60-40. People were expecting that this was the day that the Dudley boys were going to, at least if not completely break up, the seeds of dissension were going to occur, and nothing. It seems like creative, like half a creative sat down for this meeting and half a creative didn't show up, and they just threw this together as best they could. And we wound up with what we wound up with, which was a good match. Don't get me wrong, but I think there was a lot more where this could have been a great match.
Right. Yeah.
And we were left, holding the bag with a good match. Which, I mean, all in all, you can't really complain. I would think your casual fan probably walked away thinking this was one hell of a match.
No, I
don't think so.
I don't think
You
so
don't
either.
think so, huh?
No, I don't think so. But there's one thing I did notice, and I'm going to move on from here. So I want to hear it from the fans here at OneWrestling.com, YouTube, /OneWrestling Video. I looked at Jack Swagger, and I looked at Mark Henry and their matching uniforms, and the matching, whatever the hell you call it, gear. And they actually looked like a decent tag team. I could see them going on a tag team run. Maybe it's just me. Thumbs up, Fane Black. Thumbs down, Professor. Ooh, sideways.
Yeah,
Bill Schuyler.
So.
I don't know. Maybe the lady in the back decided she was going to have these guys look like a real tag team. I don't know if you've noticed, between not just WWE, but even TNA did the same thing this past week, NXT as well. We had a bunch of people who were not normal tag teams that all seemed to be dressing like they were tag teams. Light colors, similar designs on their outfits. I don't know if somebody's coming up with some idea to try to make things not look so haphazard, but either way, it didn't matter in the end.
So would you say is a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
I'm going to give this still a thumbs down, just because of how it wound up.
Okay, very cool. All right, so we actually start the pay-per-view, ladies and gentlemen, kind of old school, almost like an old school Raw, where we see Vince McMahon and Stephanie McMahon coming from the backstage area in a limousine, and basically they're interviewed by JoJo, who is absolutely delightful. I'm sorry, absolutely delightful.
Either or, right? Either or.
But no, she's actually really, really good to look at today. Well, anyway,
she's delicious. Let's just say it.
You know what? I'm a taken man. I can't really talk that way, but it is what it is. She is quite the hors d'oeuvre. But anyway, on that note, we're gonna. So basically, Vince McMahon puts over the fact that it's one against all, so on and so forth. That the odds are stacked against Roman Reigns, and we'll find out later whether they were or not. And yeah, they kind of were. But we're gonna jump into the very first match of the evening, and I think Fane Black stated during the Big Slam Nation preview show that this would steal the match. Were you even on the previous show? No, I'm sorry. It was
that episode.
It was Professor. I'm sorry. It was the Professor that stated that we would absolutely steal the show.
Maybe Fame said that in my ear through ESP though.
Listen, I got to tell you something, man. We had everything in this match. We had cannonballs through barricades. We had huge drivers through tables. We had Owens in the ring using the kendo stick, breaking the kendo stick, stabbing freaking Dean Ambrose in the stomach with the kendo stick. I mean, it was everything in this match. Chairs. I mean, it was one absolutely fantastic match. I love this match. I gave this match 5 stars for all the emotion, from the story, from the selling. I mean, it was just a really great match. Potential early match of the year candidate, but I'm sure we'll get a better match down the line. But it just seems that Kevin Owens, every time he's in the ring, he's just special. Professor, your opinion on this match?
This is, for WWE purposes, their match of the year, the Slammy match of the year already for 2016. Both of these guys delivered, as you said. I like the spot where Kevin Owens did that, the Tiger Driver off the top of the rope.
Yeah, into the table.
Into the table. That was the best spot of the night for myself. And the crowd, I love the Orlando crowd. They were into it. They were chanting, "This is awesome." So, you know what? At the end, Ambrose puts him through the 2 tables on the outside, and and Owens couldn't continue. You know, it was a great match all around. It's a 5-star match.
Fame Black, this crowd was hot from the very beginning all the way to the absolute end of this pay-per-view. Now, at the end of the match, we had Dean Ambrose at the top. Now, Kevin Owens had set up a whole bunch of chairs, and he looked like he was going to put Dean Ambrose through these chairs. He gets on the top rope. He's about to do a somersault. A moonsault, a back moonsault off the top rope. Dean Ambrose pushes him out of the ring onto 2 stacked tables. Kevin Owens goes through, could not answer the 10 count. Man, seriously, dude, was this one of Kevin Owens' better matches?
Oh yeah, I mean, strong opener. Like, first match of the first pay-per-view of the year, you got something as powerful as that. I mean, I was like marking out through it almost every spot. I was just like, I followed them through every spot. There's a lot of times I thought it was over when it wasn't. So I knew these two would deliver. Had I been on the show, I know you think all black people look alike, but you confused me with the professor, so I don't even understand.
I'm dark. I'm dark like you, Fame. So that's, I guess, the point.
It must be the hats now.
Could be that too.
You can tell us apart. So, but yeah, man, I expected this to deliver. If I was on the show, I would have said that they would have stolen the show.
You muted your mic.
I muted my mic. I have to make it very clear, Fame Black, that I wasn't confusing you with Professor. I was confusing you with A-Track Brown. Anyway,
it's worse. I look more like the professor than A-Track Brown.
You know what's horrible? People that watch this show for the first time must think that we are all extremely racist, but we're not.
Just you.
No, I'm not racist. What are you, retarded? Well, look at your hair. Obviously, you are just a little bit. But listen, unbelievable match. Bill Schuyler. This.
Wait. Look at Fame's hair. That's what the Owens and Ambrose match did to Fame's hair. It made it jump up. That's what it was. It's beautiful.
It's
amazing. That's visual right there.
No,
made my hair stand on end, right?
No, it was a really unbelievable match. Bill Schuyler. I mean, already a match of the year candidate.
Yeah.
I mean, there were so many huge spots, and Dean Ambrose would not stay down. Your opinion?
I definitely would not have expected to have this match at this point of the show. And with that, I mean, you were like, oh my God, what more can they give us in this pay-per-view after a match of this? I mean, these guys just killed each other. And we'll have to see, will the rest of the show be able to live up to this match? But outstanding match. I would definitely give this as a definite, 5-star match in my opinion.
Okay, Fame Black, I didn't ask you. What would you give this out of 5 stars, buddy?
Oh yeah, it's got the 5. It's got the 5 for me.
So 5 stars. So all in all, this was just an amazing story told in the ring with and Professor also 5 stars. Just a great match. There's so much that happened during this match that I just can't spend too much time on it because we'll be here all day and night. But this was just a great match, and if you guys haven't seen it, go to the WWE Network and see the replay. It was well worth it. So now we're going to jump into the second match of the evening, technically the third match of the evening, and we have the New Day. They come out onto the ramp with a moment of silence for Francesca. It was quite a touching moment. Fame Black, how did you feel with this great memorial to Francesca the Trombone?
I didn't know why they were doing it again after they had the funeral for Francesca on Raw. So it was interesting to see what was going to happen.
Well, I mean, Professor. I mean, they introduced us to a better Francesca number 2.
Francesca 2. It was shinier. I guess it was a bigger trombone. It was a louder trombone too.
Oh, and
you know, Ray, you gotta stop thinking with those gutter thoughts. I'm talking about the trombone.
I know you're talking about the trombone. And Bill Schuyler, who is standing there saluting. I hope you're not frozen because you're not moving. But no, you're not frozen.
No, sir, I am saluting.
Your thought process on Francesca.
God, Francesca deserves so much more. I mean, it was such a tragic death for Francesca. We could only hope that Francesca 2 will be able to live up to the predecessor and the just ability in ring of Francesca won.
Well, listen, that she did because the fans were. Francesca was really over with the fans. So over.
Got a chant.
So she got a chant, and you know what I loved? I absolutely love Fame. Did you absolutely not love the way Xavier was just playing with the fans? Like he would start to play and then he would just put the trombone down like, ain't gonna happen.
I mean, it just shows like how like they're supposed to be heels, but everybody loves them. Even when you're shouting they suck, you still want them to play the, you want to see them do the bit. That's what they're known for now. They're the comedy act that can beat your butt. So
absolutely. Now, speaking about beating your butt, the way this match ended. Number one, this match, Professor, give us a little feedback on this match. Why don't you break down this match a little bit to us and give us the finish if you have it here? Because, in my opinion, this was a really, really cool finish.
It was a cool finish. I mean, with the Usos, I think it was. Well, I'll just say Jimmy. I think Jimmy Uso was up at the top, and
Why
then
not?
Biggie caught him from the top rope, and then he did his big ending spot finish, and then got the win. So
Well,
it was a great spot.
Well, earlier in the match, I think it was Jay Uso. No, it was Jimmy. Or Jay, it was one of the Usos, hit the big splash, and I thought the match was over. I thought they were going to actually win because they had actually won numerous times with that.
But Xavier did put the legs under the ropes and saved the day.
Right, he did save the day. Xavier.
It just shows Xavier Woods' value as like a manager / wrestler, but more of the manager part. Always being involved with the New Day's matches, always being engaging with the crowd, but also in just engaging with the match itself. He picks his spots really good, and especially in the earlier spot when Xavier Woods did a tornado DDT on one of the Usos at the barricade. So, he has value.
You took the words out of my mouth. Bill Schuyler, at the end of this match, now we had Jimmy Uso or Jay Uso, whichever one of the Usos. I can never tell them apart. I think one has a grill in his mouth. But he jumped off the rope for the big splash. Big E. Listen, this is no joke. Jay Uso or Jimmy Uso, these guys are 200-pound Samoan boys. Thare the real deal. He jumped off the top rope, landed on Big E's shoulder. Big E caught him, and then he didn't fall into the big ending. He caught him, and then dropped him onto the big ending. I mean, my God, Bill Scott.
Oh.
What did you think?
These guys are just magic in the ring. It doesn't matter. These guys are just phenomenal. Again, you would say before, they could put a broomstick in there. Well, you know what? We're putting a trombone in this match. These guys just do it all. Right now, there's really nobody better that can sell comedy, legit wrestling in the ring, hardcore, scientific, no matter what they're calling for, and they can call for it all within the same match, and they pull it off.
Agreed.
And they never lose the crowd for 1 second.
Agreed. Absolutely. Again, guys, now I'm going to ask you every single match. Out of 5 stars, what would you give this match, Fame Black?
Another 4. I'll get that one a 4.
All right. You know what? I absolutely agree. Professor?
I give it a 3 because I picked in the
Really?
Bill Apter Cup that the Usos was going to win.
Well,
So I have to give it 2 stars away.
Oh, stop. Seriously, what did you give the match itself?
The match itself, I'll give it a 4 too.
Okay, Skylar.
Absolute strong 4.
And I'm gonna actually I'm gonna give it about 3.5, 4 stars. I'll give it 4 stars. It was a really, really solid tag team match. I was gonna give it 3.5 stars because I was just disappointed that Francesca, the original Francesca, wasn't there with us, and just made me a little sad. But again, it's just me. But now
It proves that cloning works. Francesca too. So.
that it does. And again, you said a shinier, more beautiful Francesca, if anything.
I mean, technically, Francesca 2 is Francesca 3.
How do you say that?
The trombone has been broken before.
It has.
Yeah.
Huh. Is this something that we have to actually... Is this breaking news here at
I don't know if
OneWrestling.com?
it's breaking news, but yeah, that's Francesca 3.
Francesca 3, ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to tweet the WWE, that Big Slam Nation, Fame Black, call the WWE out and New Day out on this. It's not Francesca 2. Hashtag it Francesca 3. Francesca 3. I can't speak. Listen, guys, it's very late right now. I just came out of work. It's a long, long day. This blizzard was absolutely sucked, by the way. If I may say, how much you guys getting? Because Philly and Philly's right next to almost where Bill Schuyler. How much did you guys get over there?
Jersey here, we got like about 22 inches.
Wow, that's what she said. And Fame Black?
Yeah, we're right around there, like 19 inches.
Okay, not as impressive as 22. And then, of course, myself and the professor got, what did we get over here? 20,000 inches? What was it?
You got about 27 inches. I live by Newark, and I got about almost 30 inches. Oh my God! That didn't even sound good. Too.
Let's
go on to the next match.
Let's move on to the next match.
You know how many inches Ray had? How many inches you had? Okay.
Oh, stop it! Listen, it is the United States Championship match, and this match absolutely stunk. It stunk on hot ice for me. Seriously, it was, and I don't like to tear down like what these guys do for a living in the ring. I have the utmost respect. Del Rio is amazing. Kalisto is fantastic. But this was just a sloppy botch fest, like I'm botching right now, of a match. The match was over when Kalisto hit the Cerrito del Sol after... Well, actually, before that, Del Rio had exposed the turnbuckle. And, of course, this is like the oldest trick in the book. The bad guy exposes the turnbuckle, and then he ends up hitting his face on the turnbuckle, getting a second Cerrito del Sol. Kalisto wins. There was a mild pop in the crowd. I think the fans were kind of like iffy about the big win. Professor, your opinion?
I think the fans were more happy that Kalisto got the belt because I think a lot of people could agree that Alberto Del Rio hasn't been a great U.S. champion to begin with, so they haven't booked it right. So at least the belt's off ADR. He can move on to maybe the heavyweight title picture if that's going to be the case. But that's neither here or there. But at least Kalisto's got the belt. He's an underdog champion. Now he can fight the giants, be the giant killer if they want to make him like that. But you're right. I call him Botchalisto on Twitter tonight, so I just didn't like this match at all.
I mean, Bill Schuyler, and I actually had a little spill over here, so I'm just going to clean this up. But I actually felt that whoever's playing with their microphone, please stop doing that. Bill Schuyler, I kind of felt like I was watching an early Sin Cara match with the amount of botches during this match. And again, I hate to call out botches because of the respect I have for these guys and what they do in the ring, but it was just a very, very sloppy match. And for guys that have been working together for 10 years, and why don't you give just a very brief one, I mean brief, like a 30-second history on these guys' history, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I mean, these guys have been going at it forever and a day, and there's really no excuse for them to be botching like they did. Other than, I mean, I don't know if the pressure was on or what it was, but obviously this is not the end. I'm seeing these guys meeting up one more time at least for Fastlane. And hopefully in that match there, they can really show the universe what it is they're made of and give us that 5-star match that they're both capable of. Because I'd hate to see this end like this. We certainly, to me, this is the death of the Lucha Dragons. We're not going to see them as a tag team anymore unless they continue to do terrible matches like this. Then they may fall back on that. But Del Rio, Samurai Del Sol, Kalisto, these guys should be performing 5-star matches every night, any night of the week. They're that damn good, and they've been that damn good worldwide. And I don't know, I just can't explain why they would fall on their faces like they did tonight.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is what it is. This match for me, and I'm going to go to Fame Black, who's playing with his microphone still. What would you give this out of 5 stars, Fame?
3.
No.
I'm being generous. 2. It just wasn't good, man. It just didn't. I don't know. It just didn't click the way it's supposed to. Anybody can have an off night. I don't know if it was like. And you know what it was? It wasn't as exciting as the first time he won. It just wasn't. It just didn't have that same feel to it.
Yeah,
so
very true. Very true. They kind of sucked the life out of the Kalisto run. Anyway, in my opinion, Professor, out of 5 stars.
I give it 2, but I can't blame ADR. He did not botch tonight. It was all Kalisto's fault. He botched twice.
He did.
It was all Kalisto. I think he was nervous. I think the nerves was in him. I think he wanted to prove a lot to a lot of people to have a big match, and he messed up big time.
Absolutely.
In the eyes of Vince McMahon.
Absolutely. And Skylar?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. It's like both these guys were wrestling as if Ice was waiting for them backstage, and they didn't have their green cards. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It was a terrible, terrible match. And I say terrible because these two guys are capable of so much more, and they should not be wrestling anywhere like this. And I can only hope and pray that going into Fastlane, going into WrestleMania, that we get living proof, without a doubt, that Kalisto is ready for that next step up on the roster, because he really is. And they really need to push Kalisto to make him that next guy, to replace Ray.
Right.
And he's got it. Just like Ray was able to, Ray could talk on the stick. Ray could wrestle any kind of match you want him to put him against. This guy is the same animal. He is capable of wrestling anybody, from the highest flying scientific wrestler you got up to, if you wanted to throw him up against the Big Show or a Kane or the big guy, he could wrestle him.
Absolutely.
And take him to the bank and win the match hands down.
Absolutely. All right, so now look, guys. We have one more match before we get into the Royal Rumble match, and this is for the Divas Championship. We have Charlotte Flair versus... Are we still calling her Charlotte Flair? She's just Charlotte now, right? Just Charlotte versus Becky Lynch with Ric Flair in Charlotte's corner. And during this match, Charlotte showed Fame Black that she was very, very frustrated with a very game Becky Lynch. I thought Becky Lynch really put forth an excellent match. I thought this was a really good match, actually. And what happened after the match actually elevated the match. Why don't you get into what happened after the match, and then we'll get into what happened during the match.
4 stars for the match, 5-star after segment. Yeah, man, the Banks coming out. Sasha Banks coming out after Charlotte wins. She's celebrating, and they seem to be getting along because Sasha Banks takes out Becky Lynch, kicks her out of the ring, and they got a little handshake, and it seems like they're all cool. Ric Flair woos in her face for some reason, and she's like, okay, all right. Charlotte turns her back, backstab her right into the bank statement. It was awesome. You see what it was. You can see what the setup is for Fastlane and probably the rematch for Mania. Charlotte versus Sasha Banks.
Professor, I have been talking about this match for WrestleMania for the longest. I made a point of stating that no one was going to take the Divas title off of Charlotte Flair except for Becky Lynch. Except for Sasha Banks. But Becky Lynch had a really good match. Ric Flair did interfere. Becky Lynch at one point had her arm submission on the champion. Ric Flair standing on the apron. What did he do when he stood on the apron, buddy?
Well, he stood on the apron and he threw his sports coat at her and kind of blinded. If anybody ever saw like the old airplane movies, I'm going really old school. Like when you throw something into your face, it just sucked her dry. But not before that. But let's not forget, Ray. Like a couple of minutes before that, in the beginning, where Ric Flair actually kissed Becky Lynch on the lips, showing how he's the styling and profiling man that he is.
He's the kiss-stealing, wheeling and dealing son of a gun.
And she had to slap that kisser off Ric Flair. But I just want to say one thing quickly. I think that this match exceeded all expectations. They gave these girls a lot of minutes to do it. I call this, because I was texting with Billy Ray back and forth, I call this an NXT-style match with an entertainment twist. Yes. So, it had had everything.
Really well said. And now, Bill Schuyler. Becky Lynch put forth one hell of a performance here, and really briefly, because I really want to get into Royal Rumble, we're running out of time.
Jump into it. It's quite simple. Becky Lynch is at that level right now where she is going to be that next Divas superstar. I think you're seeing the build-up for the breakup of Charlotte and Daddy. Flair is getting in Charlotte's way. Charlotte is beginning to get peeved off with this. I think we may see, as has been mentioned before, could we see Ric Flair in the opposite corner of his daughter in WrestleMania? Because Rick's trying to get that last moment of glory, and he's taking it from his daughter, and she's not taking it, and she's about ready to say, I'm not taking it anymore. Dad, I don't want you here. Hit the bricks. This is my moment. I'm styling. I'm profiling. This is my match. Your time is over. Go get the 4 o'clock buffet and get out of my match.
All right, really quickly, Bill Schuyler, in one word, will Becky Lynch ever be the Divas champion in WWE?
Becky Lynch will indeed be the Divas champion by SummerSlam.
Very well put, and that was more than one word, but I'll take that.
Yeah, you'll take it as one word.
Professor, what do you think, buddy?
One word, C.
C, very good. The Spanish word, but I'll take that. And my friend Fame Black, yourself.
We.
Oh, we. Okay, I don't know how to say anything in any other language, but I'll say, hi. Right? Yes? Hi. Japanese?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to get so thrown off of OneWrestling.com for being racist. But the truth is...
No, we're multicultural. That's what it is.
The truth
We're just speaking different languages. It's fine.
We are absolutely multicultural here at OneWrestling.com. But seriously, man, I do see Becky Lynch. I said yesterday, or not yesterday, the other day on the preview show that she's good to look at. She's good in the ring. She cuts a good promo, but I don't understand her. But again, that's my problem. I think she definitely will be Divas champion one day.
They're gonna soften that Irish brogue up. I think
they have to.
Using that for right now, just like Finn Balor's was really heavy when he first came in, and now he's slowly being able to be understood by the casual fan.
All right, very good, very well put, Mr. Schuyler. So now we're gonna jump in, ladies and gentlemen. This is the main event of the evening. Now we are going to break down the Royal Rumble match, and oh my God, this was quite an interesting Royal Rumble match. I think it was actually one of the better ones we had in quite some time. Professor, kick it off.
You know what? They've had like bad Royal Rumble matches for the last 2 or 3 years, I guess, because of the winners. But you know what? They started off hot with Roman Reigns at number 1 and Rusev at number 2. Mm-hmm. You know, it was kind of predictable that Roman Reigns was going to get Rusev out of the ring, but it was the number 3 slot. The number 3 person coming in that got the biggest pop of the night and 20,000 fans in Orlando going crazy, and that was AJ Styles.
Fame Black.
I wish I had those gloves.
Fame Black.
Yeah.
Now we all know here, people that are fans of Big Slam Nation, that you're not a super TNA fan. I wouldn't even say you're a fan at all, but you do watch the product now a little more. But now seeing the WWE fans, because this see when you go to the Royal Rumble, it's not, these are not the marks. These are the people. These are the casual fans. They seem to know exactly who the hell AJ Styles was.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He got quite an amazing pop. I want to hear from you as a more of a WWE fan. I'm not gonna even disrespect you and call you a mark. I'm gonna call you a WWE fan. You as a WWE fan, what did you think of AJ Styles' performance in this Rumble, and how did you like the booking?
It's hard to answer that question because I'm kind of into AJ Styles, man. Like,
oh, are you?
It's difficult to. I don't want to be just. It can't be said as just a WWE fan because I know who he is, and I'm familiar with his work, so I can be. I'm not as impartial as I like to be, but I think he did really well. I even thought it was appropriate that the man who was going to eliminate him without causing a riot was Kevin Owens.
Absolutely.
I thought that was brilliant. And then, it leads me, because now I'm like, oh, well, where's it going to go from there? Is Kevin Owens going to take on AJ Styles at WrestleMania? Like,
oh, yes.
I kind of like that. Come on now. So, yeah.
You got actually 2 potential matches for WrestleMania, just in case with
you got a bunch, man. You got a bunch.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
The one thing I did notice is that they do call the WWE the land of the giants. And I'm going to go back to Professor before I go to Bill Schuyler, because I have a question for you, Bill Schuyler. but AJ Styles did look very, very small next to the guys like Sheamus, next to guys like Kane. But
he looked like a giant to Tyler Breeze.
that he did. That he absolutely did. But my question to you is his presence, his persona, his in-ring ability, the way he was bumping, the way he was selling, when it was just him and Roman Reigns in the ring multiple times together. Did that give you goosebumps? Like, how did you feel watching that?
When he was there at the number 3 spot and lasting for at least maybe 27 to 30 minutes tops, he put on a great showing. He showed like the heart, the determination, the sacrifice, everything he did. Just showed him how phenomenal he is. He put a great showing, and he interacted with Roman Reigns. He interacted with Y2J. He interacted with Kevin Owens. He interacted with Kane. With
the Big Show, he put the Big Show in a sleeper hold.
Yeah, he held his own. So, I can't complain on this one. He had a hell of a showing, and they booked him right. It could be debated, but he was booked right. He lasted a long time, and he got eliminated by the right guy in Kevin Owens.
I believe it was over 15 minutes. I mean, the guy was in almost half the match, or I think about more than half the match. It was an amazing feat by AJ Styles. Very, very, very satisfied with the way they booked him. Skylar, now, you stated that you were kind of disappointed the Bullet Club didn't show up, but were you excited to see that AJ Styles didn't only come in, he came in at number 3, and he had just a huge showing?
Yes, when I say I was disappointed that the club didn't show up, I didn't want them to show up together with AJ.
Okay.
I wanted them to show up on all aspects. I didn't think the 3 of them were going to come into the match at all. I thought they were going to come in and interfere from the outside, backstage, beating guys up, keeping guys from getting into the ring. But that's neither here nor there. Once AJ came out on his own, he stood on his own. And this is not AJ Styles just from TNA. We're talking, this is AJ Styles, who is a seasoned veteran now, not just from TNA.
Oh, sorry, Skylar, real quickly. The WWE did, if I'm correct, show a graphic that he was the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. Am I correct, guys?
Yes.
I think so too.
They did. So, I mean, continue. But I just wanted to
they have wiped the slate clean of TNA and just showed the fact, and they're going to have it because of all the independent film that they own, including Evolve and elsewhere, that AJ Styles has became the superstar throughout the independent promotion, growing up through the indies, through Ring of Honor, into New Japan Pro Wrestling, being that Gaijin to take the title not once but twice. And he's wrestled everybody from the guys of his size all the way up to the big guys in New Japan and elsewhere. So he's not only a guy that's able to wrestle the smaller guys out there, but he's able to handle the big guys. And AJ stood his own here in the WWE, proved that he didn't need to have the Bullet Club to back him up.
Good point.
And that he stood up and dealt with everybody that the WWE was throwing at him in this match. And yes, Kevin Owens is the one that eliminated him. Sami Zayn came in after that, and I believe eliminated Kevin Owens. So I'm seeing right then and there, you're going to have AJ, Sami Zayn.
Oh my God, a 3-way.
Kevin Owens. These guys will be feuding and possibly feuding into WrestleMania. Ladder match, anyone?
That would be amazing. Professor, you wanted to say something?
Just quickly with the AJ Styles.
Hold on. The mic.
The Michael Cole just said it quickly when AJ came out. The hottest free agent. That's all you have to say, and that's booked right. You're gonna book him right. You're gonna treat him with respect. People are gonna be afraid of saying, well, AJ is gonna get lost in the shuffle, maybe not booked right. But once Michael Cole said the hottest free agent, you cannot book him you can't book him wrong. That's the way I'll say it.
That's an amazing point, and we're gonna move on from AJ, but Fame Black. AJ Styles gets eliminated and the WWE crowd continues to chant his name. Your thoughts?
Is that what they were chanting? AJ Styles?
I think so.
Because I heard a lot of and this crowd continues to show his appreciation for Styles, but I couldn't make out what the chant was.
It was saying AJ Styles, AJ Styles, and it was they were quite boisterous.
I mean, it was a pretty good ovation. I mean, I was not a fan. I'm not a fan of people debuting at the Rumble because if you don't win it or go to at least to the Final Four, it's easy to get lost in the shuffle. But I think AJ Styles really held his own right here. I mean, I think that no one's gonna forget him when he comes out tomorrow night and does something even more impressive.
Listen, guys, this wasn't. I mean, this Royal Rumble was not the AJ Styles show because let's be real. Roman Reigns in the middle of this match gets attacked. Vince McMahon sends out the League of Nations. They brutally destroy Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns is, from what we understood, not eliminated, which I love the fact that Michael Cole pointed out that he wasn't eliminated, which kind of made me believe that he wasn't coming back into the match. I thought he would show up maybe at Monday Night Raw or something like that, but he wasn't eliminated. But they beat the hell out of him. And Bill Skyler, Rusev jumped from announce table to the next announce table, did a huge splash, crushing him through the, I think it was the French announce table. Which announce table was that, Professor?
It was French.
Oh my God, I'm so good. They beat the living hell out of this guy, and then the match continued. Bill Skyler, what did you think of the interference? And let's make it brief because we have a very short time. I can't hear you, Bill. All right, Professor, we'll jump to you. What did you think?
Well, Rusev doing that spot, showing his running and balancing act on the tables. It was a good spot. The splash on the French announce table, taking Roman Reigns out. But you had to expect Roman Reigns not being there for the whole Royal Rumble to protect him a little bit, to protect the cardio. He wouldn't have looked good if he lasted the whole 1 to 30. Right. So you take him out, you rest him for at least 10 spots in the Rumble, and then you pay attention to Kevin Owens and AJ and Sami Zayn and Dean Ambrose, and then going on to the next plethora of opponents with the Wyatt family coming into the latter part, and then of course Suplex City after that.
Absolutely. Skylar, are you back on? We can't hear your voice. Fame. We have Brock Lesnar. You're gonna have to work on that. If not, you're just gonna have to hang out with us.
Sorry.
Okay, you're on. Okay, so now I'm gonna ask you my question. Brock Lesnar came into this match, and the mood absolutely changed. He eliminated every single Wyatt member family except for one. That'd be Bray Wyatt. Your opinion on Braun Strowman, Brock Lesnar?
I think once again you're going to just showing who the two alpha males are, and that's Bray Wyatt and Brock Lesnar. The rest of the Wyatt family are just extras. Strowman, I think, is a complete failure. He's a little too goofy, a little too smiley. I don't like the way he looks. Can you hear me?
You muted your mic, Ray.
I'm always muting my mic. Who are you talking about?
All right. I'm saying that Brock Lesnar and Bray Wyatt are your two alpha males out of these groups.
Who's the goofy one you're talking about?
Braun Strowman.
You think he's goofy? You think that monster, that man that looks like he'll eat your child is goofy?
He could be 8 feet tall. He's got a goofy grin on his face all the time. He's just a simple-minded looking guy. He looks like he could be Festus too. No,
I disagree with
that's
you.
my disagree.
You know what, Fame? I'm going to ask your opinion. What do you think of that? Because I disagree, but I don't want to be I want to kind of hear you guys argue this real quick.
Oh no, I mean, Braun Strowman, he's packaged so well. I was actually shocked that Brock Lesnar knocked him down. I was like, oh my God, he knocked him down. I had never seen that before, because all up until this time he had only went over the top rope and still landed on his feet. The only person that took him off was Kane and The Undertaker combined for a chokeslam. So it was it was incredible to see how he took out the people. Wyatt's had that thing all locked in until Brock Lesnar showed up, and you thought they had the game on lock because they had Braun Strowman. It was amazing to see how they used Braun Strowman to make Brock Lesnar look so strong, because at this point no one else had knocked him down. And Bray commanding traffic, I thought was awesome. Lastly, Vince McMahon doesn't know how his own rumbles work. How do you attack a man and then just leave him there? Bray even knows attack him. Now get him out of here. Over the top. It's so simple.
Ray, your mic.
I'm gonna stop muting my mic because I'm choking because I've been digging snow for the last 3 days, so I think I'm coming up with a cold. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it. If I cough, I cough. It is what it is. But so Brock Lesnar comes in, everything changes. Brock Lesnar. Now I want to make a really quick point. There are not many people that can stand face to face with the Big Show and make and it looks legit that this guy could take the Big Show out.
Oh yeah.
And this is what I'm talking about, Skylar. This guy stood face to face with the Big Show, and I said to myself, "Damn, that's a big man." They're almost eye to eye, if they're not eye to eye.
They're not.
But they're almost, like literally.
Almost.
He just kind of looks a little up at the Big Show. But Professor, and I'm gonna let Skylar finish up here. Your thought process on Brock Lesnar coming into the ring and just changing, and how did he get eliminated? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, after he took out Eric Rowan, Braun Strowman, and Luke Harper, and then Bray Wyatt is coming into the ring. Bray Wyatt, gets the rest of the Wyatt family to jump him. And then all three of them, the ones who were eliminated, right, Flame? And then they take him out. The ones who got eliminated took Brock Lesnar out. So, I don't know the rule books in the WWE, but, it shouldn't be.
There are no disqualifications.
You know what, Fame? You corrected. Thank you for correcting me, Fame. I just wanted to be, I need to learn these things because I did not know that. But it was just funny to see. Yeah, it was just funny to see that. But, I just want to say for Braun Strowman, I think visually, Braun Strowman looks good. Whoever he interacts with, when it's either Brock Lesnar, Kane, or a Big Show, it's just that athletically, he's just horrible. It's just, the moves that he puts in that ring. Just
he doesn't move around much. He don't need to. He is literally the goon. He is Bray Wyatt's goon. When this Wyatt family is done, there's no Braun Strowman.
No, Fame. Let me just say this for Braun Strowman. Like I said, visually, the package is right there. It's just like Braun Strowman makes Andre the Giant look like Rey Mysterio. That's how bad of an athlete he is in the ring.
Wow.
That's how bad. That's all I'll just say about that. But you know what? Brock Lesnar changed the game, and then the Wyatt family took Brock Lesnar out, and then after that,
And now I want to see Brock.
It was the wild card with
Mania.
Triple H coming in at 30.
So I'm gonna go back. See now the whole thing is that Skylar. Now you're saying he was goofy. Like I don't know what the goofy part is about him.
His face looks to me like he's full blown retard. All right, he's Happy Jack with the face. He's full blown retard. I don't like his look. He doesn't intimidate me with his face. If he wants to keep the mask on, maybe a little bit so. Yeah, he's huge. I'm not going to give him to him that he doesn't have the size. Okay, but so did Khali, and Khali was a big goofball.
He wasn't intimidating when he first came in?
No.
You don't think Khali was intimidating when he first came in?
No, just Khali was he was intimidating when he came in because he was in a movie first, and the movie made him seem that he was unbeatable until he actually was in the ring, and you saw that he couldn't walk more than 3 feet without his knees giving out on him.
You know what? I'm going to leave this to the fans here on Wrestling.com because we can go back and forth all day. We still have a little bit to talk about before we close this out. We got about 10 more minutes. Listen, fans, leave your comments below. Do you agree with Mr. Schuyler? Do you think that maybe this guy Braun Strowman is just a big goofball and doesn't, ain't gonna sell peanuts at a baseball game? Or do you agree with myself, Quintana, and Fame Black, where we all feel that that Strowman is intimidating looking, and he can be something special here in the WWE? Because I again saw Braun. You know what? I'm not gonna sell it. I'm gonna be fair. Leave your opinion here below. OneWrestling.com, YouTube /OneWrestlingVideo. So now listen. Freaking Roman Reigns comes back. He comes back to the ring after being beaten up. AJ Styles is eliminated, like we said, by Kevin Owens, and now we have Roman Reigns, and he's basically cleaning house. Chris Jericho's in the ring, so on and so forth. Chris Jericho, actually, by the way, Fame Black. Chris Jericho, I thought, had a really good showing in this Royal Rumble. Your opinion, really quickly.
No, I don't.
Really?
I don't remember anything that he did that was memorable.
What?
In his Rumble, he didn't. I mean, it's not as good as the other Rumble he did in 2012 when Sheamus won.
Professor, do you have a rebuttal?
Well, he did eliminate Kofi Kingston off of Big E. So
You know
that's
what?
the only thing.
I was so disappointed that he didn't do something like land on a freaking hoverboard or something, and just there's an independent wrestler that actually goes around the ring. I don't know if you guys, he runs the ropes on a freaking hoverboard. You know who that is, Skylar?
I can't think of his name, but I just saw it the other day, and it's out of this world.
I thought they would have him maybe land on a hoverboard or something like that outside and just continue moving along. That would be awesome.
He landed on Big E and continued moving along.
I thought it was whack. I mean, I'm sorry to use that.
No, but you're right, Ray. That Y2J did last until like the final 5, so he did put on a great showing. It's just that he should have eliminated more people, and I just didn't remember any kind of like great eliminations except for Kofi Kingston. That was it.
All right, but listen, we were running very, very short on time, so I just want to move along. And Roman Reigns is finally in the ring, and he's eliminating everybody left and right. His brother Dean Ambrose is in the ring. Towards the end of the match, guys, the music hits. Number 30. Who was number 29? Does anybody remember number 29?
Sheamus,
yeah.
Sheamus. And Sheamus got eliminated. That was awesome. I was so happy to see that Sheamus wasn't the like the last 3 guys in the ring, technically.
Thank God.
Thank God. But Triple H.
No, he was the last.
He was
4.
in the final 4.
I said last 3.
Who does last 3? It's the Royal Rumble.
That's why I said that. All right, you son of a gun.
Stop being a weirdo.
All right, I'm sorry.
I want to be relatable to these fans.
Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, he was part of the final 4. But
I got you, Ray.
But thank you, sir. But Bill Skyler, Triple H's music hits. The fans explode. Now, here's the deal.
The game.
Here's the deal, Bill Skyler. The fans were not cheering for Roman Reigns. They were cheering for every single thing. I think if Triple H would have walked into the ring and proceeded in scratching his anus hole for the next 15 minutes, they would have cheered him over watching Roman Reigns win the match. This is why I keep saying that they need to turn this guy heel.
Heel.
Skylar, your opinion on Triple H coming out, and then we're going to go to Fame Black, because Fame Black, I feel like there's a rebuttal coming.
All right, we knew. Let's put it this way. Ray and I both knew that the game, the King of Kings, Triple H, was coming out at the end of this match.
Oh, yeah.
All right, and Roman Reigns is still not quite ready yet to be any more than the guy that, I don't know, give him the broom and let him sweep up after the match. He's not doing what he's got to do. Yeah, I said that.
Wait, you said Roman Reigns is not ready to do what?
He's not ready to be, he cannot be a face. He's not over as a face where he needs to be. If Roman Reigns had come in there,
okay, I see what you mean.
and if they just set him up with all his boys in the ring,
right,
and then he just decimated and destroyed each and every last single participant that was in the Rumble, backstabbing his number 1 guy, everybody, and then just walked away like that, let alone if they set it up for him to do the destruction and all that, and even have to say Triple H was in there, and then Triple H would just go over the top rope for him, put his feet down, and welcome him into the corporation or whatever it is, and have him show up tomorrow night with his custom-made suit and be the ultimate bad guy, and just be that guy that just running the reins as the number 1 villain.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but it's not going to happen. unfortunately, right now. And Professor, and I want to move along quickly. Listen, this guy Roman Reigns gets eliminated by Triple H. Okay, and the fans were absolutely happy. I think the marks, the fans all love the fact that Roman Reigns got eliminated. Dean Ambrose and Triple H are the last two in the ring. And Fame, I want you to, if you can, pay attention to it because I'm going to ask you something really quickly. I know, my brother. Dean Ambrose. The WWE continues to do this. They continue to tease us with putting that World Heavyweight title on Dean Ambrose, and they keep.
So close.
Your opinion on the last two in the ring.
Everybody who listens to the show, watches the show rather, and listens to the PW Hustle or RAW or Sunday Segway should know that I voted for Dean Ambrose to win the Rumble. And when it was just him and Triple H, I was like, and I was similar to what Bill was saying, I was like, yo, if Triple H eliminates himself after shaking hands with Dean Ambrose, I'm gonna lose it.
I thought that for a minute. I thought that for a minute. You know what I thought was gonna happen? Professor, I saw Dean Ambrose hulking up. I saw him getting ready and getting right. I thought he was gonna just look at Triple H, shake his hand, and jump over the top and walk out, but he didn't. They went at it.
They did go at it. But my thing for Reigns and why I think the fans turned on him was not because they're not ready for Reigns or whatever like that, because he had been packaged well and he had been over as a face for quite some time. But here's the thing. He left and then came back after the Wyatts, after Brock Lesnar. You're basically cheating because everyone who was a real competitor in that Rumble to win, you bypassed. Nobody wants a cop-out champion.
Yeah, but whose fault is that? That's Vince McMahon's fault.
Okay, but the person that the character is playing on, it looked like you just bypassed all these great people in the Rumble that might have eliminated you, might not, but we don't know because you weren't even there competing. Now you want to come out like, yeah, it's fair game. No, it's not fair game. Fair. So yeah, they cheered when Triple H came out.
With all due respect, I don't want to be talking long about this, but in 2014. The fans cheered for Roman Reigns because he wasn't booked to win the Royal Rumble. In 2015, the fans cheered for Rusev because they didn't want to see Roman Reigns win the Rumble last year. Right. And in 2016, the fans are cheering for Dean Ambrose because Roman Reigns, number one, is not going to win the Rumble. And two, people just hate Triple H like A-Track Brown, I can't wait till the PW Hustle.
Oh my God!
I cannot wait.
Let me just plug this really quickly, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't subscribe to the PW Hustle, it's a podcast that we do. It's basically Big Slam Nation Extreme. I would just put it that way, so you guys that watch this here understand what we're talking about. When I say extreme, you've never heard. What we do here is nothing like what we do on the PW Hustle. So just tune in.
Must be 18 to listen.
Must be
or
18.
Ask your parents.
Or go to the PW Hustle YouTube channel and listen to the professor's perspective and hear A-Track Brown talk all type of nonsense, which is actually not really nonsense because a lot of what he talks is actually makes sense. But anyway,
I can't wait for that passionate rant.
I cannot wait for that rant.
Pops.
Yeah, Jello Pops talking the whole pudding stuff. But listen, all seriousness, guys. Roman Reigns eliminated, Dean Ambrose eliminated, Triple H is the 15 or 14?
14-time champion.
He is the 14-time World Heavyweight Champion. His wife Stephanie climbs into the ring as gorgeous as she is. She should have been making out with me, but no, she wants to hang out with Paul Levesque. Apparently,
you already got a fiance, Ray. You can't be that greedy.
I said make out, not marry.
Still being greedy.
I'm kidding.
Tell that
my
to Jennifer.
God! No, Jennifer. I'm kidding, honey. But all seriousness,
she snatched him right up by the little bye.
Listen, really quickly. Fame Black.
Yes, sir.
Who is Triple H facing at WrestleMania right now?
Roman Reigns.
Professor.
I agree. Roman Reigns.
Bill Schuyler.
It's got to be Roman Reigns.
I say Brock Lesnar.
No, Brock Lesnar's taking on Bray Wyatt. Weren't you watching the Rumble?
So I
He
say
probably might take on the whole Wyatt family.
so
No,
that-
let's not go crazy.
so I say so now I say The Rock.
No.
No.
How much insurance is Hollywood gonna allow The Rock to do?
All in all, guys, again, I asked you at the top of the show.
That's the question. What movie is The Rock filming right now? That's going to be.
It is another Fast and the Furious movie.
Yeah, it's Fast and the Furious. They go and they dig up Paul Walker's corpse or whatever character it is, and they put him in a car and they use him as a crash test dummy. Who cares?
It's called like
Yeah.
Weekend at Fast and the Furious or something like that.
The problem is that film that you're talking about, if that's the Fast and Furious again, they're the ones that didn't want to let him get in the ring last time.
All right, guys, listen, we're at an hour, so listen. All in all, what did you think about the Royal Rumble? Fame Black out of 5 stars.
5 stars.
Bill
5
Scott,
stars.
Bill Schuyler out of 5 stars.
I'm going to give it 5.
Yep, I'm gonna agree. Anthony Quintana, the Professor.
The Rumble match itself,
The Rumble
Yeah,
match
Rumble.
itself.
4.5, 5 stars.
Okay, I'm gonna give it 5 stars. I thought this is the way the Rumble should be booked. You had your major surprise. You had your legends in there that actually really held their own. I thought it was an excellent ending. Nice little swerve. An expected surprise, but a surprise nonetheless. Booked well. A lot of fun to watch. I thought it was an excellent show. Excellent Rumble.
Can we speak on R-Truth coming out, pulling out a ladder and going for the briefcase?
God damn it!
That
Go
was
ahead.
hilarious.
Please.
Was the most, I mean, there's a lot of little stuff in that Rumble, stuff like that. That was funny. And Sami Zayn getting his revenge on Kevin Owens. Just the little things in there. They even addressed Ambrose eliminating Jericho as a throwback to SummerSlam when he shoulder bumped him. Like the little stuff got solved. A lot of stuff got started. You know, not just the big stuff and the big swerves.
All right, well, we got to wind this down really quickly, Professor. Anything that stuck out to you really quickly?
R-Truth, yeah. The Money in the Bank ladder match that I didn't even know existed.
That was so
in the-
funny.
In the Royal Rumble match. I liked Kofi Kingston's little popcorn eating moment, break time he had on Big E. So it was good.
What about the Miz coming in and doing commentary when he's supposed to be in the match?
That was the smartest thing I've seen.
That was smart. That was smart booking. The only thing I didn't like was Mark Henry and Jack Swagger being there for 30 seconds tops. Both of them. They didn't have no place in there.
Ridiculous. Bill Schuyler, anything that stuck out to you really quickly?
No, I mean, I just think overall this was the best Rumble that we've had in years.
Yeah, I would
Hands
say
down.
I mean, hands down. I mean, there's nothing has come even close.
I agree. But the thing is, here at OneWrestling.com, it's not just about our opinion. It's about your opinion. So again, ladies and gentlemen,
my opinion.
it is about your opinion, also Fame Black, but it's about the opinions
It's
of
all
the
about
fans.
Fake Black.
Nuts. Just me.
Of these
Naturally.
thousands and thousands of subscribers we have here at OneWrestling.com. And speaking of OneWrestling.com, ladies and gentlemen, you can follow us here at OneWrestling.com / YouTube OneWrestling.com or YouTube / OneWrestling Video. Follow us on Twitter at OneWrestling. Follow me on Twitter at Big Ray Show. Follow Fame Black at Fame Black, Professor Quintana at PROFPW Hustle, Bill Schuyler at You Got the Show, Billy Ray Valentine at Billy Ray Hustle, 8-Track Brown at Pharaoh Fancy, and OK Fabe, who will be coming back this week to do his TNA report, which I filled in, and I put his invisible friend in the hospital. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and check that out. It was quite.
Outstanding.
He is in the hospital right now
Outstanding.
in a full freaking body
Manhattan
cast.
Kung Fu in the apartments, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can follow him at OK Fabe. That's OKAYFABE, and of course the legendary Bill Apter, who actually has an amazing interview up with Cowboy James Storm right now at OneWrestling.com. Follow him at Apter One Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, also I want to let you know that next week Big Slam Nation is going to be kind of a condensed Big Slam Nation, maybe like a 30-minute Big Slam Nation, but we have a full, me and Bill Schuyler have a full interview with wrestling international superstar Alpha Female. Yes, follow her on Twitter at Alpha Female 1, wrestling international superstar Alpha Female. We go almost 45 minutes with her. I'm sure Bill Schuyler would like to go a little longer. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this has been your review for WWE Royal Rumble 2016 here at OneWrestling.com. Guys, I always say this, I would do this for a living, but if I can't, I would do it anyway. Why? Because I love talking wrestling, and in the words of the legendary Bill Apter, we will see you guys, point at the camera, at the match.
Matches.
Guys, thank you for tuning in here at OneWrestling.com.
Don't forget, next week could be the love connection between A-Track Brown and Alpha Female.
You're gonna have to tune.
Not that the professor can get in there.
Oh, I didn't know you wanted a piece of that. She needs a visa. She said.
Excuse me, Nature Boy Fame Black will naturally take the alpha female, as I am alpha myself.
You know what, guys? You're just gonna
This
have
is
to
gonna
tune
be a
in.
Royal Rumble now.
That's right. 1, 2, 3 guests. We'll do the whole show.
This
Curtain.
is
There we go.
this has become
Ray, just give her my phone number at the end of it. Just,
this
slide
has
it.
become disturbing and a little disgusting. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you at the matches. Peace.